Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name's Benson. What's yours? Welcome to this. We're going to do a full Fat Man Reviews. I don't know what's Fat Man Review, that's just kind of a thing. The Droid Workshop inside Batuu for Galaxy's Edge. So while I was at Galaxy's Edge on opening day, I took the time to do the Build a Droid experience, and I chose to build an R3 unit. Makes him an R3 versus an R2. He has a clear head versus an unclear head. That's the only difference. And if you've seen other videos, I named this guy R3JAG. JAG in honor of my kid's first name initials. But I'm going to hop right into showing you the droid. If you notice back here on the green screen, this video was taken by Kitty from New World Travel Monkeys. I'm going to link their video up here somewhere. Go check out her video. She was there opening day with us, and she got to experience the droid build and the saber build with us. And I'll have a full saber build coming later. But anyways, so basically when you get into the Droid Workshop, you have the option to either just go there on a whim and wait for it to happen, or you can actually schedule a time frame to go and do the droid build, and that can sometimes vary as far as your wait time. If you get the reservation, the wait time's minimal, I think 10 minutes at most, and if you don't, then you run the risk of being 45 minutes to an hour. I think I saw some people were waiting, but the droid build does run up at $99 plus, and the reason I say plus is there are a lot of different things you can add on to the droid in order to make it more customizable. They've got standard colors, white, purple, orange, like the R2 units come in like black and orange, or like red and white, blue and white, clear and black, and stuff like that. So when you pick out your droid, there are 4 components. So you get these 2 legs together, this leg is separate, then you pick out a body, and then you pick out a head. So 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. And you can pick any colors you want that come through the conveyor belt. You basically walk into the droid canteen, the droid building area, the droid building depot. They give you a basket after you pay, and you go over to the conveyor belt and pick out the pieces that you want. They have BB units and they have R2 units. So this can be a completely different color than this. These can be completely different colors than all of this. And then this, again, can be whatever color you want. The droids, whenever you get there, you basically line up the legs. They have a cool little screwdriver you pull down and you screw the legs into place. This leg just snaps in, and then the head snaps in. Now, when you get your droid, he won't have these pieces here on both legs, and he won't have some of these 2 top front plates, I believe. So they will have just like red, blue, and white, I believe, were the standard colors they had just out there and about that you could use. Or they do sell these custom colors as additions that you can get. I believe they were $16. So they're very easy to pop out. They've got little grooves on them, you just pop them open. Now, another thing you have here, so this guy does have what they call a, I was going to say an attitude chip, but it's not an attitude chip, a personality chip. And you can see in there his little purple personality chip. His personality chip makes him more of a smuggler droid. So when you hear him talk, that's what gives him that personality. I'm going to pop it out real quick and show you what he talks like whenever he's not a smuggler. Once you build this droid, they do set him up, and then they get the remote and they basically activate him, and you have to press a button to start the activation process. Depending on the cast member you get from Batuu, they do some really cute stuff, like mine, when she did mine, she sat him down in front of her in the little seat to activate him, and when he would spin to talk at her, he would spin his head and look at her and talk, and she'd be like, no, not me, I'm not your master, that's your new master. And so he would do that a couple times, and both times she would interact with him, and then finally he would like start beeping real quick, and then he turns to face you. His head does. So that was super cute. I like that she did that. I noticed a couple of them didn't do that, but they do stay pretty busy, so I can understand why they don't always do that. However, it seems like the activation is a big part of the process, and it's like a big part of the ceremony, so I would prefer to see them actually do that with each individual person. So again, you get the droid, and you get his little remote control, His on-off switch is on the bottom. They tell you you don't have to turn him off because he does have a sleep mode. However, if you do have a droid and you're going into Sabi's workshop, they will ask you to turn him off because apparently once he's in Sabi's workshop, he tends to make a lot of noise. These droids will go off randomly throughout the land if you keep him with you, keep him or her with you, because they do interact with the land. I haven't had the chance to really expose how much he can or can't do with the land because I don't think they like for you to have them rolling around because they will get kicked because it stays kind of crowded. But now if for some reason his sleep mode, you turn the remote on and he doesn't respond to his sleep, coming out of sleep mode, all you have to do is reach down and flip him off and then on, and he'll start responding. Alright, so pay attention to his voice. So I love that his little light is blue and purple instead of blue and red. I don't know what gives it that color because I'm assuming it has something to do with the front plates. And the reason I say that is my buddy Steve's front plates are orange and his light is orange. But his head also has orange colors in it too, so that might be why. But anyway, so that's what he talks like. And then so there is one other button up top. I'll show you what that goes for in a little bit. And then he can turn his head. So it's really cool if you... and then the other, he can go forward and backward, left and right, or he can spin in circles. Towards the end of the video, I'll show you some video of him rolling around on the floor. I'm going to put his chip back in. So it's just a little chip that looks like this. Again, this is something you buy extra. It doesn't come with the droid, and I believe this was $17. So, and it just goes right. I mean, if you have normal size fingers, this is really easy. Anyways, it pops right in there. Close it, and then hear how his voice changes. So I thought that was kind of neat that his voice changed when you changed the personality chip. So it's pretty cool. The whole experience was pretty neat. I actually really enjoyed it. So the question, I guess, I probably ended up spending about $150 when I look at everything I bought to go with this guy. So the question is it worth it? For me it was, and the only reason I'll tell you that is because of what Star Wars meant to me growing up. So if Star Wars was a real big part of your childhood growing up, it's going to mean a lot to you to build something. And you don't have to build an R2. There's also the BB units, which I think kids are totally going to fall for because BB is he's their droid for their generation. So what I love about this guy is if I don't like these purple plates, I can pop them off and I have the blue plates that they gave me with him. On top of all of that, you can buy special stuff. Like they had a toolkit that could go on the droid. They had like a serving platter like they kind of used on the Hutt's cruiser, but they have some stuff that go in the legs. So these guys just, you push down and they pop right off. They're very easy to ease off. The first thing I bought were these, and I'm not gonna lie, this was a letdown to buy. The boosters, I don't recommend buying unless you're okay with the fact that the booster here should have a blue flame coming off of it. It doesn't stick to it, it falls out. So I'm gonna end up having to glue that in place. I wish that was one piece. It doesn't make sense to me why it's not one piece. At no point would you want to take that out, but whatever. So he's got like a little plug on this arm here, and the booster goes into the plug. And then the bottom snaps here and the booster goes in. And I'll show you, I'm not going to put the other one in because, again, I haven't been keeping these in. So the top button activates whatever's in his leg. So, and you can see the flashing light. So let's do it this way. So basically it looks like blue flame coming out whenever R2 is like hovering and stuff. The one that I enjoyed, my buddy Steve bought, and so I ended up going back and buying it too. Now the flames, the jet booster packs come in a set of 2, but so do these guys right here. So if you want, you can give your droid. Pretty cool. I'm going to set him down. I'm going to run him through some loops and show you guys. I'm going to have to ask you to please forgive the barking. Ellie hates him. And I don't know why. He hasn't done anything to her, but she does not, I repeat, does not like this little droid rolling around on her floor. So, forgive me for the barking. But I want to show you how he moves. I'll try. Actually, what I might do is I'll play some music or something, or let Kitty's video play while he runs around. I will say they give you a cool little box to carry him around in. The problem is the box isn't well designed as far as the top goes. So basically, you put him in the box, and these pieces fold over top, and then they latch in the front, and then the bottom piece comes in like this. I can probably show you a lot easier. But the piece that hooks into the top that should hold it in place, there's too much weight being pulled up on it, and so this kind of rips out. It's not designed well. They do have little bags you could carry the droid around in, and it's specifically designed for the droid. I didn't buy one because I couldn't bring myself to buy a bag just for the droid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems weird. But after having carried it around in the box all day, I think both Steve and I were like, we should have bought a droid bag. So, but we didn't go back and get one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is R3JAG. Very cool experience. I really enjoyed it. I will say it is a lot of money, and I definitely understand people not wanting to do it. And I will say if you're not an absolute Star Wars lover, or you're not even a big fan of remote controls or droids, I would say this is not the experience for you. I did enjoy it. I would probably love to do it again and maybe do a BB unit as well. But I think I'm going to save up my money to go do the Savi's workshop again, because the lightsaber experience was a whole different experience. But we'll talk about that in a later video. Again, I want to say thank you so very much to Kitty and Ant over at New World Travel Monkeys. Make sure you check out their channel and their videos for allowing me to use their video as the backdrop for this video. She did such a better job videoing all of this stuff, including Savi's workshop, than I did, because I fell into the moment and just was really enjoying it. And so I really appreciate her being there and hanging out with us and being our +1 to these little events and stuff, and just hanging out with Steve and I as we acted like great big children. So thanks again, Kitty and Ant, for letting me borrow that footage. You guys are amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you a little bit more information about the droid building experience. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will happily answer them to the best of my ability and the best of my knowledge. I love you guys. Till tomorrow.